Anti-government protesters in Turkey said they planned to keep up a campaign of demonstrations triggered by the jailing of Istanbul's mayor, the biggest such opposition action in a decade, despite mass arrests and clashes with the police.
Anti-government protesters in Turkey took to the streets in Istanbul for a seventh night on Tuesday. The nationwide demonstrations began last week after the arrest of the city's mayor, Ekrem İmamoğlu, President Tayyip Erdogan's main rival. A court jailed İmamoğlu on Sunday pending trial on corruption charges, which he denies. Protesters, opposition parties, European leaders, and rights groups have called his detention a political and anti-democratic move. The government has rejected claims of political influence and says the judiciary is independent. Since İmamoğlu's arrest, hundreds of thousands of people have gathered each evening across the country in the largest display of civil disobedience in Turkey in over a decade, driven largely by students. Protesters have chanted anti-Erdogan slogans and called for the mayor's release, justice, and rights. Erdogan said on Monday that what he dismissed as their show will fizzle out. He accused the main opposition Republican People's Party, or CHP, of provoking citizens. On Tuesday, he again suggested that bad political actors were behind the protests.
We will not be fooled by the cheap politics of cowards who hide behind our youth to cover up their own filth. Those who terrorize our streets and want to turn this country into a place of chaos have nowhere to go. The path they have taken is a dead end.
The CHP has in recent days repeatedly urged people out to the streets, and party chairman Özgür Özel has given speeches from atop a bus at Istanbul's Sarıkent Park each evening. He said that the demonstration there on Tuesday would be the last, but would serve as a spark to ignite new rallies elsewhere. He also said the party will launch its election campaign for İmamoğlu, the CHP presidential candidate, with a rally on Saturday. Erdogan has tolerated little criticism from the streets since authorities violently shut down anti-government protests in 2013. The current demonstrations are banned, but have carried on nonetheless, remaining mostly peaceful until the late hours when police have clashed with protesters. Over 1,400 people, including at least 7 journalists, have been arrested. The United Nations Human Rights Office has urged Turkish authorities to ensure that the rights to freedom of expression and assembly are guaranteed, in line with international law. Since İmamoğlu's detention, Turkish financial assets have plunged, prompting the central bank to use reserves to support the lira.